The early worm gets the bird. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good Saturday morning, September the 13th at 5:44 a.m. Texas time. And it shows partly cloudy outside on the Google Home device. So that means it's totally accurate, okay? And it's 72 degrees. Can't complain about that. High today will be about 90, and on we go. Next week we take a trip. Where are we going to go? We're going to go to Seminole Canyon and to Davis Mountain State Park, and then I don't know. Who knows? May go around the world in my RV. Anyway, what else? Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Make it a good one. It's the day after yesterday, day before tomorrow. It's right now, and right now went poof right on by. So if there's anything you want to do, you better get busy. What else? Never worry about what you cannot change. Now, why do I say that every morning? Because that's just the kind of guy I am, and there is no other reason. Well, because at my age, that's all I remember. I have to keep them short. Okay? Anyway, what else? Yeah, it is Saturday morning. It is the 13th of September. And what do we got going? Oh, for viewing. Oh, yeah, we finish up the butter. I know y'all are tired of cooking videos, or maybe. But yeah, we'll finish up the butter and then we start on back on earth again. So yeah. So that's it for today is butter, and then we do something else tomorrow, and on we go. And then next week we do some stuff, and then on and on and on and on and on. And on. So what we got today, Rusty? What we got for our comments? Grumpy Fun Sucker. Now that's a good way to start your day, and then a comment from, look at my hair sticking straight up. Damn. Anyway, yeah, if you start your day with your comment from Grumpy Fun Sucker, never mind. That's a good way to start. That's a nice loaf of bread. Stand guard at the door of your bread box. For sure, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I made some more bread yesterday, and it turned out, the little rectangular loaf, I made it in my new non-stick bread baking pan, and yeah, I didn't put any oil in it at all. It just fell out. Yeah, Debbie Johnson. I make homemade butter. I use a food processor and a pinch of salt. You can make garlic or honey also. Use room temperature whipping cream. It cuts the mixing. Yeah, I heard that. I think I'll do that next time. The Y can also, the WHY can also be used as buttermilk or whey. You mean the whey. Okay, make sure you wash your butter under cold water, running water to get all the whey out. Okay, we're getting there, babe. Thank you, Funky Daddy. Funky Daddy. I'm just putting a comment on here just to say that I have made better using a mixer, but I had a stand mixer, and that way you wouldn't have to stand there and hold the thing, and it wouldn't work. It does take a while. Of course, I also added salt. I like salted butter. If you had a stand mixer, it would have been much quicker. I'm not going to buy anything, but no, that hand mixer makes butter, so I'm fine with that. But thank you. Alvin Masso, great Beer 30 tonight. Yeah, yesterday we had a pretty good time at Beer 30, our Friday Beer 30 sanity session or insanity session, depending on your point of view. Drill Sergeant, your Beer 30 vids have really changed. Sometimes I don't know if I'm hearing from Betty Crocker or Rusty. I remember the Beer 30 vids with stories about Kennedy, Texas, and other places. That is the Rusty that I remember and appreciate. Snap out of it, Rusty. Tell us about your first date and the other stuff that caused us to click on our vids in the first place. You're a good dude. You just need to pull yourself together and wake up the old Rusty. Well, the thing of it is, you say that, but there's only so many stories I can remember. You know what I mean? Unless you want me to do like AI and just make up crap, So that's why I stopped doing that. I just ran out of stories to tell, But I just do me, and you do you, and if you choose to go somewhere and watch another channel, that's your choice. Johnny Reb, I respect you, Rusty, for staying afloat. There are millions of older Americans with no home of proper care, and you're doing well. You are a tough American. God bless. Well, I'm me. That's all. I'm not anything. I'm not a bumper sticker. Old guy. Keep Zozo. The view is awesome. Oh, it is. No doubt about that. The views at Carrizozo, New Mexico property they're excellent. Yeah. And, I guess I will keep it because nobody's buying it. But the good thing about it is, if I get stuck with it, for several years or whatever. It doesn't matter. Why? Well, because the taxes with the VA discount are virtually nothing, and to have the electricity available is $30 a month. So it costs me about $40 a month to have that property sitting there with electricity available. And when I go out there, all I got to do is have the water turned on. They do that the same day. Doesn't cost anything. Then they turn the water off when I leave for $10. Is that a deal? Yeah. Angel Ann, I enjoyed listening and seeing you bring happiness this evening, Rusty, which you always do bring us Rangers. Yeah, she got a long comment here. But anyway, yeah, it says, here is to you and the Rangers. Have a great night. Yeah, I'm sure everybody did. And but anyway, thank you, Angel Ann, for your kind words, and enjoy your day. This is PhD RPH. It's called whipped butter. Actually, it was called a mess at that point, but I kept going. I persevered and made butter finally. You'll see that today. Ms. Palms, I sang along with the Oscar Mayer song. Haven't heard that in too long. Yeah, that was a pretty good little advertisement. It's funny how you can remember those old marketing songs and stuff, LSMFT, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. Call for Philip Morris. Remember that? And then, oh, I wish I were an Oscar Mayer wiener. That is what I truly like to be. 'Cause if I was an Oscar Mayer wiener, everyone would be in love with me. Boom, boom. Anyway, yeah, good stuff back. They're pretty damn good, Dogman Chronicles, check his channel out on YouTube. Good comment, call, thanks, Rusty. You're welcome. Ms. Jean, M-I-Z Jean. Lots of folks like cooking show. I used to watch videos done by a man about your age who lived alone. He did videos every day of just simple everyday things he cooked, and he had a lot of subscribers. Well, I'm sure he did. That's just another way, another channel, Al Fur, cheers to being 30, to beer 30, sitting in Guadalupe River in New Braunfels, Texas. Well, really? Yeah, well, that's nice. Yeah, they still do the tubing in the Guadalupe River. Ms. Jean, it's called whipped butter. To get it firmer, rinse in cold water and knead it to remove the buttermilk. Actually, I like the soft kind you made better. Yeah, well, it was just pure accident. I didn't know what I'd made. I just knew it was a mess. Dogman Chronicles, thanks for showing us the bread making tips, Rusty. Oh, you're very welcome. And this is WP Wood. Which small Class C do you like? There are so many. There's even mini Class Cs. I just like the regular old Class C I had. It was 22 feet long. It had a full bed, a little dining area, and full shower. No, it was a home on wheels. No, it was. And the price of those is much less than anything else, and I don't know why. I really don't. I don't know. I guess it's supply and demand, maybe. But yeah, you can get one at Motorhome Specialist in Alvarado, Texas, a brand new one for, I don't know, I think around $70,000, which is a lot of money, but it's compared to the other things out there, Class Bs and C plus and all that stuff, they're cheap. Rip Snorton, I started getting good at making bread and real good at making cornbread. Went for an annual physical and my A1C number was high. White flour and corn products are like eating spoonfuls of sugar. Well, I don't know what A1C is, but I haven't been to a doctor for so long. I haven't had any tests run, so mine could go up. I wouldn't even know it. Texas lady, there you go. Bread and butter, man. LOL, fine to me. Fine to me, too. 10 little Indians, 10 little 9 little 8 little Indians, 7 little 6 little 5 little Indians, 4 little 3 little 2 little Indians, 1 little Indian boy. Anyway, 10 little Indians. Remember Paul Harvey from radio? And now for the rest of the story was his tagline. Those old stories of his should be sold as audiobooks. They probably are. They probably are. Yeah, he had a good radio voice, and yeah, he was good. 10 Little Indian says, yes, bread is easy, but used bread machines are everywhere and cheap. Here, I'm a bread machine right here, I'm a bread machine. The only downside is they take up space. Yeah, says if I'm really lazy, let the machine cook it too. Yeah, you can do all kinds of things, but I number one, I don't have a lot of space here, or particularly in the RV. Anyway, Thank you. B-Boys, curds or cottage cheese once milk is processed and heated with a bit of vinegar, or maybe that's mozzarella. Oh, I don't know. You got me, boys. Mimi is me. I haven't made bread in a couple of years. It is so good. Tomorrow I'm going to make soap. I only make soap when I run out. I have used it for bathing, laundry, shampoo. Yeah, whatever. You do your thing, man. Yeah, I haven't put soap on my body in 25 years of any kind, other than I do use shampoo on my hair, some baby shampoo. Donnie says, guess your live ended. Yeah, it ended. 10 Little Indians, I think you're about there. Yeah, that was on the butter. We'll do 2 more here and we'll shut her down. Well, 3 more. P. Daly, cheers from Gun Barrel City. Fickle Man is loafing around. Yeah, I was loafing around yesterday at Beer 30. And W.P. Wood, any bites on Zozo? I had a couple of calls, had some people, but they got homes they got to sell first. I really don't want to do a subject to contract, but if they sell their home, the property's available, they buy it. And that's the way that goes. Because if you do a subject to the sale of their home contract, then you're going to tie your land up or your property for at least 30 to 60 days, and I'd rather just leave it open. Yeah, but yeah, we've had some nibbles, let's say that. William Crawford, butter spread, I guess. Outdoor guy, last one. Says, put just a dab of honey and cinnamon in that, and you'll have the best butter you ever tasted. I did put a little honey in it. I did do that. I didn't have any cinnamon, though. But anyway, guys, from Fort Clark Springs, Texas, on a Saturday morning coming down at 5:56 a.m., September the 13th. Thumbs up, boom, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye. Buy anything you want, but if you're going to buy something from Amazon, use the Amazon link in the description of all of my videos. And what else? Drink plenty of water. Ding, 3 or 4 quarts a day won't hurt you. It's very good for you. Drink a lot of water. Keep your body hydrated. It helps. You'll feel better. You'll notice. And then what else? Take deep breaths. Breathe in deep, breathe out slowly. What does that do? Relieves stress, lowers your blood pressure. Does it work? Check it out. You'll find out it does work. Do it several times a day. And then what else? Stretch. Swivel, walk, pedal. Exercise your body once or twice every single day. Good for you. You'll feel better immediately. And then what else? Stand guard, ding, 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 at the door of your mind. Accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. Enjoy your life one day or one moment at a time. At ease, carry on, adios, bye-bye, hasta luego, vaya con Dios, aloha, until the next video. And on we go, guys. Yeah, life is just a bowl of cherries, I guess. Anyway, enjoy your life, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye.